This week, there were sexting scandals in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Tennessee, facing possible charges of possessing and distributing child pornography, a felony.
The scandal involves as many as 500 teens at the local high school.
A massive high school sexting scandal.
School administrators started investigating on Monday after they got an anonymous tip.
Parents need to tell kids first and foremost that everything on the internet is permanent. Even if you think it's hidden, it isn't.
Charged with felony child pornography.
Authorities are considering suspension, expulsions, and some students may face felony criminal charges. A conviction would force them to register as a sex offender.
My name is Amy Smith, and I'm an assistant prosecutor here in Clark County, and my job is to prosecute the crimes against children. Today we want to talk to you about child pornography. As you know, child pornography is illegal. Under Ohio law, it is illegal to share, create, and have a picture of a minor where the minor is nude, obscene, or sexually explicit.
There are several names for child pornography crimes. These include pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor, and the illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material. Both of these are felonies. If you don't know, a felony is the most serious type of crime. Some child pornography charges can carry up to 8 years in prison for each picture, and that's just in Ohio. Under federal law, the penalties are even harsher.
Just so it's clear, an example of child pornography is a 60-year-old male who takes images of little kids who are forced to have sex with adults. Child pornography also is adults recording consensual sexual acts with minors. But the reason that you're watching this video is because child pornography also includes the freshman who decides to post a nude image of his classmate on Facebook. Child pornography also is the sophomore girl who takes a nude selfie and sends it to her boyfriend, who's also a minor. For example, if you are a minor and you take a nude image of yourself and you send it to your significant other, who is also a minor, that is child pornography, and it will be prosecuted as such.
Sexting is a growing trend amongst high school students, and it's something that law enforcement must deal with. But what is sexting? Sexting is the creating, sharing, copying, or displaying of sexually oriented or nude material amongst minors via text, email, social media, or other computer applications. Sexting is running rampant across this nation. Communities around the nation are dealing with sexting cases that involve hundreds of phones and phones that include hundreds of images. It's happening here in Ohio and in this county. I know because I'm an assistant county prosecutor, and our office sees these cases and our office prosecutes them.
So why are you watching this video? Because we know that sexting is happening here in Clark County amongst our youth. But Ohio doesn't have a statute against sexting. Now this may sound like a good thing, but the reality is it's much worse. Let me be very clear. Sexting involving minors is illegal. But the same set of statutes that I need to use to apply to this 65-year-old male who takes a picture of a child is the same set of charges that I apply to the 14-year-old male who snaps a nude picture of his girlfriend. Now, as the prosecutor handling these cases, I've been very hesitant about charging juveniles with these very serious crimes for what may seem to be innocent behavior. But that's got to change because the problem is only getting worse. So the Clark County Prosecutor's Office and Juvenile Court have come up with an alternative solution to combat this problem. You're watching this video today because we are going to get the word out that if you are engaging in this behavior, you will be charged with a sex crime.
So what does it mean when you get caught? Well, you're going to be arrested. Any cell phone, computer, electronic device that you used is going to be confiscated. You're going to be transported to Juvenile Detention Center where you're going to be booked in. You're going to stay overnight until you can see a judge next thing in the morning. And that same charge you're facing is the same child pornography charge that you heard about earlier in the video.
Once you arrive at the juvenile court, you will be screened for the S.T.O.P program. The S.T.O.P program is our way of addressing this growing problem. The S.T.O.P program is your way to avoid being labeled a sex offender. So how does the S.T.O.P program work? It begins with a screening. Your case will be screened in for the program, or you will be screened out.
If you are screened into the STOP program, you will have several requirements that you must complete. First, you must admit to what you did. Second, you must complete 20 hours of community service. Third, you would be obligated to follow any rules assigned to you by your probation officer. Those rules is as follows. You will be obligated to turn over your phone, your tablet, your computers, and any other internet-capable device. Any device containing contraband must be destroyed and cannot be returned to you. You will not be reimbursed for your loss.
The rules of the STOP program also include no phone usage. That means no text messaging, no emails, no social media, and no unsupervised contact on the computer. You're expected to give over all your passwords and usernames to all social media and email accounts. There will be no unsupervised contact on the computer. All supervised internet usage will be for the purpose of schooling only. The STOP program also requires mandatory attendance and participation in court-ordered education classes, which will focus on internet safety and the law. The duration of the STOP program is expected to last between 90 and 120 days, and you're expected to follow all rules throughout the program. Yes, that is 3 to 4 months of no social media and no phone.
So why do you want to be screened in to the STOP program? Because if you successfully complete this program, your criminal case will not be prosecuted. Your charges will be dismissed. You will not face any additional time in the juvenile detention center or in the juvenile jail. And more importantly, you will not be labeled as a sex offender. And if it's not already obvious as to why you do not want to be a sex offender, let me explain this to you. If you are registered as a sex offender, you may be required to register every 90 days in person with the Sheriff's Department. The court may order that for 10 years, for 25 years, or for the rest of your life. The court may also order that your name and face be put on the National Sex Offender Registration. That means that your name will be public. They may also order that your neighbors be informed that a sex offender lives in the neighborhood. So let me break this down for you. If you are 17 years old and the court orders that you register for 25 years, you will be 42 years old before you are done with this punishment. That is not something to be taken lightly.
If you're initially screened out of the STOP program, the juvenile conviction, the sexual offender registration, and the other consequences that Amy mentioned, that's what you'll be looking at. Now, why would you be screened out of the STOP program? Well, it could be that you've been caught sexting before. It also could be that you were malicious in your intent, that you meant to humiliate or embarrass someone. Or it could be that you've had contact with the juvenile court before and they've determined that you are ineligible. So what happens if you are screened out or fail to complete the STOP program? You will be prosecuted, and ultimately you will stand before a judge and either admit your crime or stand trial for it.
For those of you who are seniors, if you're 18 years of age or really even close to being 18 years of age, I need you to pay attention here. Everything that you've heard about up to this point involves being a minor. A minor is somebody who is under the age of 18. If you are 18 years old, you're no longer a minor, and you're going to be prosecuted as an adult. That means you will not be eligible for the STOP program, and you will not be prosecuted in juvenile court. Here's the reality. If you're 18, everything you've heard in this video up to this point, you can just disregard. You know the part of the video where it talks about adults with child pornography? Well, guess what? That's you now. You're the adult, and the other person is the child. Even if you just turned 18 years old and your girlfriend's 17 and she sent you that picture when she was 17, your continued possession of that past your 18th birthday makes it an adult crime. It may seem harsh, it may not seem fair, but the second you turn 18, you'll be an adult in the eyes of the law. And that's a whole new ball game for you. Let me give you some examples of how it's different when you're an adult. First of all, your charges are going to be processed at the Clark County Jail. You're not going to be taken to juvenile detention. You're going to be taken straight to the jail with other adult offenders. Your case, well, it'll be handled in common pleas court. Your conviction will show up on background checks. You'll have to list it on applications for jobs or for college. In adult court, if you're convicted of one of these crimes, the sex offender classification is mandatory and it's automatic. There is nothing we can do if you're convicted of one of these crimes to keep you from becoming a registered sex offender. As part of that sex offender registration, your picture is going to be on the sex offender registration list. That means your picture is going to be out there for everybody to see. Your neighbors, your family, your friends, your future girlfriends, and the families of your future girlfriends. Look, as I said already, it may not seem fair. It may seem harsh. It may not seem just that even though you're still a senior, you're being treated so differently in the eyes of the law. But the bottom line is, it's the law.
So parents, you've sat through this video and you're probably thinking, thank goodness my child isn't involved in this type of activity. But that's exactly the belief we've seen in many parents right after their child has been caught sexting. And students, you're probably thinking, good luck trying to catch me. I'm too smart to be caught. Well, one phone is all it takes. One tip is all it takes. And one phone can lead to another phone, can lead to another phone, and can lead to your phone. You get the picture. And that's just your phone. This can lead to search warrants of social media as well. Now you may think that you're too smart, that you've deleted items or hidden them, or that you're using an app that deletes those pictures automatically. But with our search warrants, we can go into your phone, and deleted pictures, they're still there. Hidden photos, we can find them. And those social media apps that take the pictures off your phone automatically, well, they do that, but they're held at their facility. And with our warrant, we can retrieve them.
We've explained the risks. We've explained the consequences, the penalties, the sex offender classification. And now you know. So don't come complaining to us later that you didn't know that this was illegal and you shouldn't be charged. These are very serious crimes with very harsh penalties. But that is why it is so important for us to make sure that each and every one of you know that this is illegal behavior. We do not want to have to convict an 18-year-old and label that person as a sex offender just for taking a nude picture of his 17-year-old girlfriend. But we will because it's the law. We take this seriously. We want you to take it seriously too. So now you know. You know not to take these pictures. You know not to share these pictures. You know not to publish these pictures on Facebook. So the question is, what do you do if you already have them? Delete them, delete them, delete them. Delete them off your phone, off your computer, off your tablet, off your cloud, and delete them off of every social media account you have.
If you've used your home computer or a shared family tablet for these types of images, and there's a chance they may still be on there, you need to talk to your parents. Your parents are over 18 years of age, and their possession of that computer with those images could lead to child pornography charges. The last thing you want is for your family's computer to be taken in for repair and to have that computer tech find nude or sexually oriented material involving a minor on it and call the police. Trust me, you don't want your parents to find out about this when a detective shows up at their work and asks them to come downtown to talk about child pornography.
If you don't know what to do, ask for help. But ask now. Go to your principal, go to your guidance counselor, and ask for help. We will help you clean up your social media accounts. We will help you deal with getting illegal images off of your electronics. But you need to ask for help, and you need to do it now.
If you are being pressured to participate, or pressured to send nudes, or if you're receiving images that you don't want to receive, help is available for you. Call the Tip Submit hotline or use the Tip Submit app and report a crime. Once that image is sent, it's out of your possession and out of your control. You can't stop your boyfriend or girlfriend from sending it out to other people. It's no longer your decision if it's shared with the football team, the entire senior class, or even the entire school. You may be in love now, but after you break up, who says what's going to happen to those nudes that you've sent?
I hope you heard what we said today, because we do not want to see you. We do not want to arrest you, to prosecute you, or to even run you through the S.T.O.P program. And we most certainly do not want to see you convicted as an adult for these crimes. But we will do our job. What we want from you is for you to consider your behavior. Consider the consequences. We want you to stop taking these pictures and videos. We want you to stop sharing these pictures and videos. You may think that this is no big deal, but it is. It's illegal. And the consequences are too serious for you to risk just for an opportunity to look at a nude picture.
Parents, we want you to talk to your kids about this. Talk to them about the dangers of sharing these types of images. Talk to them about what's on their phones, their devices, their computers, and talk to them about the consequences if they're caught. And students, if you want help cleaning up your devices or accounts, just ask. If you want to report a crime, call Tip Submit. And if you're being bullied or pressured, seek out the advice of a trusted adult.
We've advised you what will happen if you are caught. What you do next is your decision.